So now we'll run through a brief example of a round in the Pythos simultaneous action combat system. The first step of the round is for the GM to describe the scene to the players. So as you can see on this possibly overly detailed combat map, the players are currently in a village square where they're engaged in combat with two risen bears. These are unliving creatures that have been summoned by this necromancer over here. The players now have an opportunity to ask questions, make lore checks, and if this is a casual game, discuss tactics with each other. Once they've decided their actions, they're going to place their action and maneuver cards face down on the table. The GM will do this as well. In this case, the GM has a couple of different types of creatures. Since the bears are going to be taking the same actions, they can just use the same action cards. Once everyone has done this, we can go ahead and reveal the cards, declaring actions. And going around the table, the GM will ask for a little bit of information about each player's actions. Starting with the warrior over here. She's declared the defense maneuver, which will consist of a block action and an attack against the bear in front of her. The hunter over here will be performing a multi-strike maneuver, making 2 attacks against the other bear. The magus has decided to cast a spell of healing on the warrior, but instead of casting it as a utility action, they've declared a quick spell maneuver to perform it as a defense action instead, allowing it to resolve earlier in the round. The necromancer is going to be using a defense action to take cover behind the building here, then move to get around the building away from the fighting. The bears are going to attack the nearest creature and then move to pursue that creature if it moves this round. So now that we've established what everyone is going to do, we will move on to resolution. As we go along, we'll flip the cards over to show that they've been resolved. So starting with defense actions, the necromancer will gain a defense bonus from taking cover, the magus heals the warrior, and the warrior increases its defense with its block action. Now we move on to attacks. We won't bother rolling any dice for this example, so you'll have to imagine the beautiful sound of dice hitting the table. The bears will attack their targets, and the warrior and hunter will make their attacks as well. Once all of the attacks are resolved, we'll check to see if any of the creatures took enough damage to be killed or debilitated. In this example, let's say this bear here took enough damage to be killed. Now, if it had utility and move actions remaining this round, those actions are lost because, well, it's dead at this point. Now, since we don't have any declared utility actions, we'll skip on to move actions. The necromancer's take cover action moves it to the building, and its normal move action takes it around the side of the building. The player characters didn't declare any move actions, but they may adjust their positions by up to 10 feet. The bear simply adjusts its position to stay within range of the hunter. Finally, if there are any environmental effects or falling damage or things like that to resolve at the end of the round, we would do that, then go back to the beginning of the next round. So I hope this gave you a pretty good idea of how combat runs in Pythos. Thank you for watching.